Hello friends, this is the part 4 of chemical equations. You know well, in part 3 we have seen how to balance a chemical equation. Now in part 4 we are going to see what information do we get from a balanced chemical equation. When a chemical equation is given to you and it is balanced, then what information do we get from it? See here, there is an equation. Sodium granules are combined or added to water, then we are getting sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Here this equation is unbalanced. Let us balance this equation. To balance it, multiply the sodium with the 2. Already we have discussed about this balancing of equations. You need not to spend the time on this. 2 sodium, 2 H2O, 2 NaOH and H2. And here in this equation we are able to see only the formulae of the compounds. Still, if you want to make this equation more informative, then you have to write the physical state of it. Sodium granules are solid state, water is in liquid state L, sodium hydroxide is dissolved in water here, so it is aqueous solution. For aqueous solutions we write AQ. Hydrogen gas is liberated, so we are writing up arrow mark. If we get any precipitate, we write down arrow mark. So by seeing this up arrow mark or down arrow mark, we can say whether the liberated one gas or not. Now let us see what information we are getting. Number one. From this equation is given to you. Now basically what you are saying? Sodium, water, sodium hydroxide, hydrogen. What are these all? These are the reactants and products. So what an equation is giving to you? An equation says what are reactants and what are the products. This is the basically thing what we can understand, what we can learn from an equation. That is, it says about reactants and products. Second one. Is it saying only about the reactants and products? Still what it is saying? It is saying how many molecules or how many atoms of the particular compounds or elements are present. Right? So it can say it can give the ratio of the molecules of reactants and products. Ratio of the molecules of reactants and products. So here you are saying 2 atoms of sodium, 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules of sodium hydroxide, and yet there is no number. It means 1 molecule of hydrogen. So like it can say about the ratio of the molecules of reactants and products. Still what information you are getting? You can say that it is solid, it is liquid, it is aqueous. So what is this? It says about the physical state. A balanced equation can say the physical state of the reactants and products. Physical state of the reactants and products. Is it completed? No. It is one example we have taken. In some other equations we will get some more information. So a chemical equation also can say under which conditions this chemical reaction is taken place. For example, you know well the photosynthesis process, where carbon dioxide combines with water to give C6 H12O6 plus oxygen. Right? Does it take place at night time? No, it takes place in morning hours. Morning hours means when there is sunlight. Sunlight. In presence of what? In presence of chlorophyll. So what it is saying, under what condition a chemical reaction is taken place? Under what condition a chemical reaction is taken place is explained. Under what condition a chemical reaction is taken place? Reaction is taken place. It says about this one, under what condition a chemical reaction is taken place. And here the chlorophyll and sunlight, these two are the requirements to complete this reaction. And there are few compounds which never participate in a chemical reaction, but they alters the rate of chemical reaction. Alters means either increase or decrease the rate of reaction. Do you know what we say that? We call them as the catalysts. For example, C2H4 ethene, when it is combining with water, means when you are adding ethene to water, then you get ethyl alcohol, CH3 CH2 OH, or you can write C2H5 OH, ethyl alcohol. And this reaction will never be taken place in normal condition. Means if you are taking some ethene and you add it to water, you never get ethyl alcohol. So what is needed? You have to add P2O5, phosphorus pentoxide. What is this phosphorus pentoxide? Now either it is a reactant or product. It is neither reactant nor product. We should say it as a catalyst. What it is doing? It increases the rate of reaction. And to perform this reaction, you have to maintain an atmospheric pressure up to 100 to 300 atmospheric pressure should be maintained. And this reaction will be taken place at around 300 degree Celsius. Means what? A chemical equation, when you see, it says about the catalyst used in that. It says about the temperature, at what temperature the reaction takes place. It says the pressure, what pressure must be maintained to undergo that chemical reaction. So this information will be given to you. When you are seeing a chemical equation, these all things. And also it says the formation of precipitates. In our first part 1, we have seen one reaction, precipitate reaction. So it also says about the precipitates. If any precipitates are found, that precipitate information also will be given. Not only that, still some more information we get. Do you know what is that information? It says about the how many grams. For example, this equation I am writing here, 2Na. So the same equation I am writing here, 2Na plus 2H2O gives 2NaOH plus H2. This equation, now it is a balanced equation. See what information we get here. 2Na, it means 2 atoms of Na combines with 2H2O, 2 molecules of H2O gives 2 molecules of NaOH plus 2 molecules of hydrogen. This is one information. Next, sodium atomic weight. What is the mass number of the sodium? 23, right? 23. So you can write here 2 times of 23 is the atomic mass of the sodium. 2 times of 23 sodium plus 2 times of H2O. H2O molecular weight, let me do here. 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. So 2 into 1, 1 into 16. This is 2, this is 16. Total 18. So you can write here as 2 times of 18 H2O gives 2 NaOH. NaOH, how to write? See here, 2, 1 sodium, 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. In NaOH you see 1 sodium, 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen. So 1 sodium is 1 into 23. This is a way of finding the molecular weight. That's why I am doing here, not by unknowing it. 1 oxygen and 1 hydrogen. So 1 into 23, 23. 1 into 16, 16. 1 into 1, 1. So how much it is? 6, 7, 3, 8, 6, 3, 9, 1, 10, 40. So here you can write as 2 times of 40 NaOH plus H2, 1 H2, 1 into 2 H2. So what is this? 2 into 23, 2 into 18, 2 into 40, 1 into 2 you have written. You have not written anything now. So it means it gives that 2 into 23, 46 unified mass of the sodium. 18 2s 36 unified mass of H2O. 42s 80 units unified mass of NaOH. 1 into 2, 2 units of H2O. This is unified mass. Hence an equation will give the unified mass of the reactants and products. An equation will give the number of atoms and molecules. You see now still. It can also be written 46 grams of sodium, 36 grams of H2O. It can be written as 80 grams of NaOH. It can be written as 2 grams of H2. See here, it also says the mass of the substances in grams. See one more information. What information do you get? Here the 2, it shows 2 moles in terms of the moles also you can write 2 moles of sodium combines with 2 moles of H2O in order to give 2 moles of NaOH and 1 mole of hydrogen. See what information do we get now? What information do we get where we have stopped backside? We have stopped at 7th point. What information do we get now? So an equation will say about the atomic mass or unified mass or molar mass of the reactants and products. Still, if there are liquids, we can, H2O is a liquid here, we can convert this H2O in what liquids into volumes. So an equation also says the volume of the reactants and products. If you know the number of moles, we can say the number of atoms and number of molecules. So we also can say number of atoms and molecules. Number of atoms with the help of the Avogadro's number. 6.023 10 to the power of 23. Avogadro's number. With the help of Avogadro's number, we can say the number of atoms present in the chemical equation. This much of information we'll get from a balanced chemical equation. Once let us recall how much information we are getting. See, a balanced equation will say about the what are reactants and what are products. It can say the formulae of the reactants and products especially. Second one, it says the ratio of the molecules of reactants and products. How many molecules of reactants are there, how many molecules of products are there. Third one, it can say the physical state of the reactants and products. The fourth one, it can say under what condition a chemical reaction is taken place. If you see here, photochemical reaction we have taken as example. It can say whether we are using catalyst or not, under what temperature this reaction is taken place, or under what pressure this reaction is taken place. It says the information about the catalyst, temperature and pressure. It can say the formation of the precipitates. It also can say the unified mass of the reactants and products. It can say the mass of the reactants and products in grams. And it can say the molar mass or the number of moles of the reactants and products. When you know the number of moles, you also can say the volume of it. As you know well, 1 mole is equals to 22.4 liters. From this you can say 1 mole of 2 moles of water. What is the meaning of 2 moles of water? 2 moles of water is nothing but 44.8 liters of water. In that way, we can say the volume of the liquids. It also can say the number of atoms present in the chemical equation. If you have taken sodium, how many atoms of sodium are there? How many molecules of water is there? How many molecules of sodium hydroxide is there? How many molecules of hydrogen is there? Or in this, how many atoms of hydrogen is there? So in such way, we'll get a lot of information from a chemical equation. Thank you very much. So here mostly you have to focus how to convert the given mass into when an equation is given, how to write that equation in terms of the units, in terms of the grams, in terms of the moles, and how to convert from mole to liters, how to convert from mole to atoms. If you focus this, numericals can be solved very easily. Thank you very much, children. Thank you.